So tonight's call, I wanted to talk about how to be a leader. And I think it's really important that you guys know right off the bat that being a leader does not mean necessarily having a team. Every single one of you guys are a leader. So it's gonna take you to really believe that, even if you have the goal of growing a team, to actually grow a team, you first have to believe that you yourself are a leader. And sometimes linking arms with somebody, you'll all of a sudden find that leadership skills that you have. But I just want to let you guys know that every single one of you guys are a leader. You guys led yourselves here today, right? You led yourselves to sign up for Mascara. That's leadership right there. So just know that. And I want to start this call out with mindset. So we have this mindset. It's super important, especially right now. We either are leading ourselves with fear or we're leading ourselves with faith. And just ask yourselves, like, what are you choosing? Are you choosing to let fear overpower your mindset, keep you stuck? Or, you know, are you, because really, you guys, fear and worry is only going to hold you back, right? And we have a lot that can cause fear right now, like so much going on, more than ever. So we're really battling that. When we have faith, that's going to keep us moving forward, right? Faith moves us forward. And ask yourselves, like, in the last really week, how much have you consumed, like, that's been like junk in your guys' news feeds? There is so much stuff. How much have you consumed versus how much are you consuming for personal growth? I think right now more than ever, we need so much personal growth. What you're listening to, what you're reading, what you're feeding your mind is gonna really help that mindset move you forward, okay? And having that faith to move you forward. We're in charge of that. Like, you guys, we're in charge of whether we want to lead ourselves with fear, which is really not going to get you far, or if you want to lead yourselves with faith. So just know that. And, you know, I think it's really cool, like, when we think about leadership and the direct sales, I want you guys to remember that whether you have it, like, if you have a team, just know that we're not, like, leadership is so much different than being in charge, right? Being in management mode. What you can't control, you should not try to control. Okay? We can't control others' actions. We can't control what others say. We can't control what others don't do, right? All we can do is be an example. We have to lead by example. So first, if we're going to lead by example, then we need to be focusing on what? Ourselves. We need to focus on ourselves. And we need to focus on becoming a leader to ourselves first. And I think there's certain ways that we can do this that I wanted to cover. So it's really important that you know where you're going. And you can use faith, vision, direction, and creation. So those are the 4 things I want to cover in tonight's topic, okay? So first, we're going to talk about faith. So what is faith? Faith is trust and confidence. So when you sign up for Mascara, do you have, like, all the confidence in the world? You're like, I'm going to knock this out of the park. I'm going to go live every day. I'm going to apply my makeup. I wasn't like that. Heck no, I was scared out of my mind. So how is it that we're how are we going to gain trust and confidence? We're going to do this by consistently showing up. And it doesn't matter how long you've been here, you can start today. Consistently showing up, okay? Keep pressing play to go live. Keep applying the makeup. Play with the eyeshadows. Doing this, you guys, is going to build your confidence. It's going to build the trust in yourself. It's going to build your skills, right? Everything's going to be boosted. The more we do it, the more confidence we're going to have in it. Also, this is going to this also has the trust factor when others are watching us, right? Because people are watching. So this can apply to your team. This can apply to your customers, whatever it is. When you do it more, you're instilling trust in others. Okay, they're gonna start trusting you because you've done it so many times. They're gonna keep watching and trusting you. But as leaders, people wanna see leaders succeed. Because when they see leaders succeed, that gives them faith that they too can succeed. Okay? Vision. So what is vision? You guys, I talk about vision all the time. If you know me, I talk about vision all the time because I think vision is super powerful, right? You can think of vision as like a vivid mental image, right? You have this clear vision, like so vivid in your mind, you could describe every single detail. Vivid, okay? There's also vision on planning the future. And I think those go hand in hand. When you have a clear, vivid image in your mind on your future, and you know where you're going, you know what your dreams are, I'm gonna tell you what, you guys, you're gonna get there a lot faster by having that. Oh, I think she's in her room. Okay. So how many of you guys have a vision board? Do you guys have a vision board? Do you have like a vision on your phone? Do you have a goal? I know that I've asked my team this, you know, they've been on my lives of creating a vision board. I think that was one of our homeworks a while ago. I don't remember when, but creating a vision board, you can just do it really quickly, you know, app or on the phone or just collecting pictures and having a vision. When you have the vision, you pay attention to that vision and you see that vision, what happens is when you're seeing that over and over again, you do the things necessary to accomplish what you want by that vision. Okay, so this can be team bound. What are the goals you have for certain girls on your team? I think it becomes very clear when you have really good communication with them on where they want to be. I think it's really important, you guys, to include your team in your vision, but you need to know where your team is. Okay, you need to know where they're at. Like, what goals do they have?
I'm gonna start taking pictures and send them. I'm just gonna send you.
Because if you don't know where your team is, you might be, they might feel that they're being pushed in a direction they don't want to go. So communication involving your team on that vision. Everyone has a part. Everyone has a part. Where they want to be, everyone has a part, right? We don't have to have someone that wants to have a building leg. If someone just wants to be here for the sisterhood, they have a part in that. They have a part of inspiring others because of what they bring, right, to the community. So just know and communicate with your team what their vision is so that you can make it a part of your vision. And you guys are going to go together. Also, when it comes to vision, if your team does not know where you want to go, it's really hard for them to want to go with you, right? Even if you have like people that are watching you that aren't on your team yet, and you're telling them what you want to do, and you're telling them your dreams, and you're telling them your goals. For instance, I mean, this isn't really necessarily team, but for instance, back in December, or even just last year, right, where we all have a goal, maybe we all don't, sorry, I'll take that back, where some of us have a goal of qualifying for Cabo, right? And we've shared that. I shared it. I shared my goal, right? And by having that goal and having that vision clearly in front of me, I knew I had to take steps in order to get there, right? And then when it came to December, I was thinking, gosh, I really, really want to take my husband with me on this trip, but I got to sell a certain amount of makeup so that I can qualify him to go, right, with my commission check. So guess what, you guys? I shared that vision. I shared that vision on my stories. I shared that vision like 4 times at least in my beauty group on what I wanted to accomplish. And people came together and they made it happen. And I feel the same with team. If you let your team where you want to go, what you want to accomplish as a team, one of my biggest things on the team is I want to create a positive environment. I want our team to thrive on positivity, because when we have positive thoughts, you're going to get positive results 1,000 times, 100%, right? 100% of the time, you are going to get positive results. So obviously we can't control everything, but if you have a vision of how you want your team, if you have a vision of what team members you want and make it very specific and clear, you can accomplish it. It can be done. It can be done. And then direction. Direction is another thing I want to talk about. So when it comes to direction, I just thought, in my mind when I wanted to share, I don't know why these 4 things came to my mind when I wanted to share this with you guys, but these are the 4 things that came to my mind. And direction really was about directing and guiding your teams in the right way, okay? We have tools, we have resources. There is no reason to reinvent the wheel. No reason. One, that's really time consuming, right? Really, really time consuming. And as leaders, we don't necessarily have that time on our hands to try to create something that we think needs to be created. So definitely use third-party tools, okay? Direct your team to third-party tools. If there isn't a tool that you think the team needs, you can come together even as leaders and say, I want to create this. Is there something like this out there? This is where a direction of our team needs to go. We finally got some tools from Mascara, which are just these gorgeous videos for training. I always feel like there could be so much more training, and it can come as your artist asks. So as a leader, I don't like to overwhelm a new artist or an artist at all that wants to jump in, right? Maybe you had someone that signed and all of a sudden they just want to jump in. This is why this is important, what I'm going to talk about. So no matter when an artist signs, you can give them all the information that we have out there, right? And they get to choose when they go through that information. But I feel like since there is so much information, they can get really overwhelmed. Super easy. What happens when someone gets overwhelmed? They stop. They don't even know what to do. It's like a mom looking at 7 loads of laundry. She's like, I don't even know where to start. When actually it's just 1 load at a time, right? 1 load at a time. But we still are overwhelmed. We get this overwhelming sensation that we really don't even want to do it at all. And some artists can get that. So what I find super important when you sign somebody, when you sign someone new, or you sign someone that finally says, okay, this is where I'm at, this is what I need. That's so perfect, so perfect. So always make it clear. I don't know where you're at, but I'm gonna support you where you're at. So when you're ready to do a launch class, which guys, I do stress that right away. I don't make it lenient. I do stress launch classes right away. But let's say this, when you're ready to put your launch class together, because it's up to them to create it. When you're ready, I'm gonna show you exactly how to put it together, okay? If you have any questions along the way, you gotta ask them, because I don't know where you're at. I don't know where you need help unless you ask. So stress the importance of asking questions so that you can give them the proper direction when they need it. It's super hard to give them all these different things when they're not there yet, because I believe that the learning is in the doing. So right when they start doing it, that's when you teach them, okay? And that's when they're ready, and that's when they'll soak it in. So teach them, the learning is in the doing, okay? And that's when you can do the directions. Obviously, we just tag them in the Hello Team Freedom because there are so many good resources there, but there are so many resources, okay? So make it clear to those artists to always ask questions and that you're available for that. Okay, and then the last point that I want to cover is about creation. So you guys, we have the ability to create the life we want, the team we want, the relationships we want, all by doing the things I mentioned earlier. We have the ability to create what we want. And you really have to believe that. You have to believe that you have the ability to create it. If you look at any direct sales company and you look at the leaders in their company, they've created where they're at. They've created it by having faith and trust and confidence. They've created it by having a vision, a clear vision. Like when I signed up with Mascara, guys, I had a clear vision of what I wanted to accomplish my first year in the business. It was so clear in my mind. I had full confidence that it was going to happen. There was like no doubt. A lot of work and a lot of trial and error and a lot of trying to figure out how I'm going to help other people, but I did it, and I'm here over 3 years later. And then obviously we have so much direction now, which is awesome to help new artists. But by having that direction as well helps us create what we need to do so much easier, you guys. Okay, and I think one of the things too that people fear, that what can hold us back from even growing our teams is the fear of not feeling like we're capable of even leading somebody. Does anybody feel that way? Like, I don't really know if I could be a leader. Did anybody feel that way? I want to see heads shaking, or no? Did you feel like, no, I can do this. I can totally lead someone right off the bat. Like, I think I got it. Like, you guys, every time I sign an artist, I'm not kidding, I get these nerves and thinking, okay, am I going to lead her correctly? Right? Is she going to be successful? But here's the deal. We can only do what we can do, and they have to use the tools given to create their success. Okay? But when you have a vision and you tell them your vision, what you share, or they feel it and they sense it, and you give them the direction, they're going to create this whole community and team with you, and you're gonna go far. And it's fun. It's so fun when you sign somebody and they get their first color match, or even just creating their launch group. It's an awesome feeling because there are so many girls just like us that need something like this. Okay? So that were my thoughts. Those are my thoughts that I wanted to share with you guys. I'm going to open it up to questions. I know I got someone here that needs a question answered. So go and unmute yourself and ask a question. Don't be shy. Did I cover it? No questions? I can't see everyone's faces, so. Oh, we got a chat though. Should I look at the chat? My computer is so slow. Let me see if I can open the chat.